Welcome back to Amy Kardashian and the Expert Show. I have my guest here with me, Tuan Pham, and he is going to talk about how to gain control of your financial health. This is a lot of people interested in that too. So, how would you gain control of your financial?
Actually, I've been practicing as a financial advisor for the last 35 years. I'm changing my career a little bit in terms of who I'm helping and so forth. So the last 35 years, what I did was that I advising people who actually either they are in business, they are business owner, or someone who has a lot of money, they want to put it away and so forth for the retirements. So doing that for a long time, I see that my clients are actually very happy to see the result of when they're consulting me and so forth. And then I think that just for the last couple of years, I switched my thinking a little bit and see that there's a lot of people out there that really need my help to make sure that they be able to control their finance. And about 2 years ago, I actually volunteered to go out and going to see some of the workplaces that who hire some of the people who actually is not in the higher ranking. It's like the people below the executive level, and asking them to see that, what could we do to help those people? Because some of my friends coming in and said that, I'm running a large company, but the productivity is not there. For some reason that we are lacking some enthusiastic, people coming into work. They are thinking about their debts, especially back in, if you remember, back in 2007.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Right.
Everybody was losing.
A lot of people who actually in the labor force, they losing their home, they lost their places because that, the crash that brought them.
So this is my question to you: is how can you control that?
It is actually, if you look at it as the total pictures of it, there's only 4 categories that you get to mastering. First of all is what is your debt? How do you look at it? And the second part of it is interest. The third part is taxes, and the last one is velocity, meaning it's that like a bank. What is the bank does? The bank taking money from the depositors and they turn around and they lend it to someone who need the money. So if they giving out for right now is probably 1%, and then they turn around and they lend it out for 6-7% or even 10%. So the margin, what they paying out 1% and what they are getting back, so that is the margin, right? Yeah. The margin does that make the bank's profit. So if you are a household person or a household a family, you need to look at it. Interest is one of the things that it probably would you got to trying to understand that how you're gonna lower the interest. The second part, as I said earlier, is the taxes. If people are forgetting how taxes that could get them
in different direction.
In different direction. We are not trying to invade the tax, but there is way that you can reducing your tax. For example, there's some good debt and bad debt. Good debt is something that you can, for example, like a mortgage is a good debt because mortgage.
And why is that as a good debt?
Mortgage is good debt because that you can write it off as a tax at the end. But like if you have a car, if you purchase a car through credit, those interest that you paid toward the car is not.
So would you recommend not to pay off your house?
I definitely think that mortgage is one of the better debt because that you can write it off in taxes. So instead of paying it off, I would advise the clients to have, instead of even 15 years, go through 30 years. Because that house is, regardless if you pay it off or you are not, if you have the mortgage, the value at the end, whenever you sell it, is to be the same. For example, house A next to house B, they are identical in terms of prices. But if someone paying off, if someone paying cash, and someone still have the mortgage, and if you have, let's say, $200,000 home, if you have a $200,000 and you have the mortgage, you can use $200,000, invest it, and make monies. At the same time, you're paying the mortgage, you get the interest, write it off. Right. Mm-hmm. So at the end, if 10 years later the house price is going to be the same, the value of the two houses are the same. However, the one who has the mortgage, that they can write off whatever the 10 years is, and then using the $200,000 and making more monies. And another thing on that is that let's assuming that if you lose your job temporarily, the one who has the mortgage, that they still be able to negotiate it with the bank, because they have a $200,000 here with $200,000 in cash plus the interest that they have. They can negotiate it and pay it off, or they can pay it gradually. But if the one who doesn't have a mortgage, they have to go to the bank and ask for the bank, and that's at the mercy. They won't give it to them,
right? And they won't give it. They have to prove that they have income.
They proved it, right? Exactly.
Right, because they prefer not to sell the house to get their money. They want a proof.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're saying it's better to have a mortgage than pay off your house.
Exactly, because
for the long run,
you have the control of the money. You have the control of the money, and regardless of what happened, you still be able to use the money for whatever the reason that you wanted, instead of begging for the bank to loan you back the monies.
So what would you say if someone have interest for 5 years, and then after 5 years it's going to change for something different, and when they don't catch it 5 years from now, something happened, they lost their job, how they will refinance? They won't not be able to refinance. Would you suggest to have 30 years as a set interest?
My advice to my clients is always trying to have the fixed interest for 30 years.
Yes,
so that way,
it
doesn't fluctuate it, in terms of
that's
of
more
payment.
guarantee.
Right.
There is a lot to learn. It's not just about your house. It's about if you work from the house, you could write off part of the house on top of the mortgage.
Sure.
Just a section of your house. There's a lot of things that you could benefit from.
Exactly.
And have some money back, and then you'll be free, because now you have the $200,000 to invest it somewhere else.
Right.
But there is businesses, it's personal. There is investments. It's a very deep subject when we're talking about how to control your money. So how would they get hold of you so you could teach them more about this?
Well, it is, seem to be very simple ways. However, each situation is different.
Definitely.
So I have to learn a lot about the person.
That's why I said, how are they going to get hold of you? Can you look there and tell them, please, how they can get hold of you so you could help them more?
You can get a hold of us by either calling 702-456-5699 or going to our website, P as Peter, N as Nancy, and P as Peter again, pnpadvisorygroup.com.
So if they call you or they come to your website, would you give free consultation? Do you do that?
I do have a book coming out, and actually that I'm going to have the course online, and that we will make the announcement
online
for
course.
that.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Right.
I think a lot of people could they could use this program, because we need to learn. You do that all the time, so you have to keep up with everything, what's going on with the taxes and everything. So,
right.
Great information. Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your wisdom with us today.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
Amy.
you.
It's an honor to be here with you.
Thank you. And we will be right back with my next guest. Hi, my name is Amy Kardashian, not Kardashian. When I came to the United States, I did not speak English at all. I had no education, no skills, barely any money in my hands, and I had a 10-year-old daughter to raise. However, giving up was not an option for me. In order to survive and thrive, I had to shift my thoughts and apply all of the insights, wisdom, and the lessons I learned throughout my journey to get and have everything I want. Today, I am an author, TV talk show host, a keynote speaker, a special liaison officer for the Women's Federation for World Peace USA. This is how I am paying it forward today. I have created 4 online classes where I share steps, techniques, and powerful insights that I have used in my life that will give you clear direction on how to transform your thoughts from wanting to having everything you want. And the first class is my gift to you. There is absolutely no obligation to you. So what are you waiting for? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Start shifting your thoughts today so you could transform your life like I did. I encourage you to take action now. Click on the link and see what's in store for you.